scattered and my worry quits. Your strength is rising in my weakness. How could I deserve a love like this? You're breathing life into my battles. You speak your purpose and the panic ends. Your glory shining like the morning. How could I deserve a love like this? I'm trusting you, I'm laying down the lies. Open up my eyes, letting you change everything. When I give up, you give me life unknown. Now I'm not my own, letting you change everything. My heart has become your throne. Almighty, nothing comes close. My soul is safe within my Savior. There's no other love that's greater. My heart has become your throne. Almighty, nothing comes close. My soul is safe within my Savior. There's no other love that's greater. Your love is 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 greater.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Centrepoint Kids Online. Stay tuned for today's story, some music, and some great ideas to keep those creative minds active.
Hi everybody, good to have you all with us again. Well, we're still learning about the life of Paul the Apostle. It's very, very interesting, and maybe you remember that there'd been a plot to kill Paul, and he'd been taken to a place called Caesarea, where he was being guarded by the order of the Roman governor, who was a man called Felix. 5 days after Paul arrived in Caesarea, the Jewish high priest called Ananias arrived there along with some of the Jewish leaders and a lawyer who was called Tertullus. They had all come to accuse Paul of crimes. Paul was brought to a meeting with them all. The meeting was taking place before Governor Felix, and it was really like a trial. Tertullus, the lawyer, began to speak. He began by saying,
Most excellent Felix, our people enjoy much peace because of you, and many wrong things in our country are being made right through your wise help. We accept these things always and in every place and are thankful for them.
I wonder if what he said was true. Really, he was just trying to get Felix on his side by making a long speech groveling to him. People sometimes do things like that, saying things nice to someone to try to get their own way. I hope you don't do that. Tertullus then accused Paul of causing trouble for Jews everywhere in the world and of trying to make the Jewish temple unclean. He also said that Paul was a member of a sect, that was a grouping called the Nazarenes. The other Jews who had come along with Tertullus agreed with him. Governor Felix asked Paul to speak.
Paul simply said that he was happy to do so, as he knew Felix had been a governor for a long time. He then told how that he had been in Jerusalem 12 days earlier.
Was it really only 12 days before? So much had happened, it seemed much longer.
Paul explained that he had not been causing trouble anywhere and had not been arguing in the temple. He told them that he was a follower of the way of Jesus and believed all that was written in the Old Testament scriptures. Paul also made it clear that he believed, like the prophets who had told about the coming Messiah, that everyone would be raised from death one day. He gave them all the details of his visit to Jerusalem, telling them that after several years away, he had brought some money for those who needed it, and had been quietly in the temple with no one around him. But some Jews from Asia had accused him falsely. Paul also pointed out that these Asian Jews had not even turned up to explain what he had done wrong. He said that he always tried to do what was right before God and before men.
That is a good way to live, isn't it? We then discover in verse 22 that Felix already understood much of the good news about Jesus being the way to God. He stopped the trial, and the Roman commander until the Roman commander who had rescued Paul from the mob in Jerusalem, maybe you remember that happening, arrived. This is the first time that we learn the commander's name was Lysias. That might be a good name to remember for the quiz later. That was Lysias. Felix left Paul guarded, but he allowed his friends to visit. That was good, wasn't it? Felix and his Jewish wife, who was called Drusilla, later sent for Paul and asked him more about believing in the Lord Jesus. As Paul spoke about living in a way that is right, self-control, and a time when God will judge the world, we read that Felix became afraid. He no doubt felt fear when he thought about God judging him for all the wrong things he had done. He said to Paul,
"Go away now. When I have a suitable time, I will call you."
Although we read that Felix sent for Paul often and spoke to him, we never read that he decided to become a follower of Jesus, even although he understood the way. It's important for us that we not only know the good news of Jesus having died for us and having risen again so that we can be forgiven for the wrong things we have done, the Bible calls them sins, but we also need to believe it for ourselves. We also read that Felix hoped that Paul would give him some money. In other words, he was wanting what we call a bribe today in order to be released. This is not an honest way to act, and it's still wrong today. We learn at the end of the chapter that after Felix was no longer the governor, he left Paul in prison to please the Jews. Felix was replaced as Roman governor by Porcius Festus to give him his full title. He's very often known just as Festus. I wonder what will happen to Paul next. Will he be released? We'll need to wait to find out. Now, we're going to have our quiz. Were you listening? I'm going to get Robert to see if he can answer these questions. Oh, what was the name of the city where Paul was being held? Can you remember?
Oh, he was taken up to a city well away from Jerusalem. It was a city called Caesarea.
That's right.
Yes.
Did you get it? What was the name of the Jewish high priest?
Oh, no, we've heard this name before.
We heard about him last week
Yes,
as well.
that's right. I wonder if you've got it. Ananias. Well done if you got that one.
How many days earlier was Paul in Jerusalem?
Now, do you remember this? This was a lot of days for him to be held before he even got finding out if he was supposed to be getting kept as a prisoner. It was 12 days. Very well done if you got that one right.
Well done. Now we've got the next one here. I'm going to keep these answers away from Robert, boys and girls, because this is a really hard one. What had Paul brought to Jerusalem with him? Do you remember? He said he was quietly in the temple. Do you remember what he brought with him? What was it?
No. I know what he was accused of bringing with him. That was some of the other Greeks and such like. But no, this was money, wasn't it? It was money to help those who needed it.
That's right.
Is that right?
Well
Good,
done.
Good.
Now, Remember, I told you this one might come up in the quiz. What was the name of the Roman governor? Do you remember?
Now, the Roman governor. Oh, now I remember his name. Lysias.
Lysias.
Lysias. I hope
Well
I said that
done.
right.
So do I. I'm not sure, but I think it's Lysias, everybody. Now, what things did Paul speak to Governor Felix and his wife Drusilla about?
Living in a way that was right. Remember, we said that was really a good way to live. Now, there's other things as well. Self-control was one of them. I don't know if you got that one. If you did, that was really good. And also a time when God will judge the world. That was 3 things. I wonder if you got all of them right.
If you did, that was really good, because that was a very, very hard question. I didn't even know if Robert would remember that one.
No,
Question 7. What did Felix say after Paul had spoken to him about these things? Do you remember?
Oh, that was the bit that I quoted, wasn't it? He told him to go away and he would call him when he had a more suitable time.
That's right. Well done if you remembered that, everybody. Now, we don't know if Felix got a more suitable time, which is why it's very important that when we have opportunity to believe in the Lord Jesus, we do. And this is the last question. What was the name of the new governor? Do you remember?
Oh, no. He's normally only known by one name sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's very similar to Felix. It starts with an F. Festus. Now, I wonder if you remember the first part. Let's see. Oh, Porcius Festus. Porcius Festus. Is that right?
That's right. Well done.
Good, good.
So that's the quiz, boys and girls, and that's it for this week. I hope you did well. Now, we have put some activities online, so do remember to do them. And there's also a set of maps, so you can look and see the different journeys that Paul has gone on, because we're getting very close to the end of the book of Acts, and it would be good for you maybe to look back and see where he has been. And there are other fun activities too. And do remember, if you can, get an adult to help you get onto the Zoom call, and you can meet up with us all and have a chat at 10:15. That's right after the kids' church service is finished. Now, that's it for this week. So we're going to end with a song from Every Nation. Bye.
Hi.
I'm losing my gravity. All the weight that holds me down. It's your love that lifts me out. You cross my security. This world has no more control. I'm bring beauty, now restored. I got no reservations as you take me higher. My life is elevated 'cause you make me move. And I'm rising up with you. Rising up with you, rising up with you, rising up with you. You take me high on the wings of your truth. Yes, I'm rising up with you, rising up with you. We're gonna sing this together, come on. By your majesty, you make my knees hit the ground, and that you 'cause you're the only way.